Clock at 7. Sampson on the inside. Can't bank it in. Great rebound. Unable to score, though, was Carter. Another offensive rebound. This one by Westbrook.
Oh, Minnesota scrapping for another opportunity on the offensive glass. Showing you that urgency to get into the tournament as an at-large bid.
Second half. Minnesota just dominating the glass, though. Points in the paint as well. Plus 14. Westbrook traveled, yep.
And they've stayed with the game plan and got a big effort by Lucas Perry here down the stretch to put themselves in great position.
Michigan has not led since 90 seconds into the game. Harris trying to go around Nolan. Good defense.
I'm surprised Manny Harris doesn't get into the post with Harris. Foot speed, Al Nolan will win that battle every time, but Manny Harris has a 3 to 4 inch height advantage.
Well, standing around too. Harris just staying over here on the near side, and Sims gets hacked, and they'll go to the line. Shooter, but 5 of 6 in this one, and Michigan leads for the first time since.
Damian Johnson is just so active on both ends of the floor. Gets his hands on loose balls, comes up with rebounds. He got some easy buckets early in the second half to really get Minnesota the lead.
14-2, Michigan run. Joseph off the bounce. Ties it for Minnesota at 60.
Oh, you talk about some chutzpah. To Bo Joseph, the freshman.
I don't know if that word has ever been used by Joseph, who's from Ontario, Canada. He'll be watching the World Baseball Classic, though, after this one. Sims with the basket. That's coming up next year on ESPN. We got some work to do here with Michigan leading Minnesota again by 2. 22 now for Sims.
Deshaun Sims has that look in his face like, get me the basketball. He's feeling like he can score on the block every time he touches the rock. This has been the problem for Minnesota this season, Dave. Who takes the big shot for them? Westbrook is their leading scorer, but at times when they struggle, they don't have a go-to man.
Carter trying to feed the post, getting on the floor. Harris. And Michigan timeout. Harris called a timeout.
Minnesota trying to give a little token pressure in the backcourt.
Damian Johnson back on the floor for Minnesota with 4 fouls, but he's been terrific defensively with 4 steals and 2 blocks. You got to be careful there. There was a block. It wasn't Johnson. It was Carter with the swat. And out there with it is Westbrook for the Gophers. 3 on 3. And a foul called on Michigan. And this week, so no surprise, this is just a 2-point lead for Michigan. Minnesota led by as many as 12 this half. 3 minutes to play. Both teams on the bubble. Both within a game of 500 in their conference. Minnesota over, Michigan under entering today.
Letting Westbrook go one-on-one at the top.
Great strip and steal by Harris. Palming is called on Harris. He turned it over after getting the steal.
Yeah. Tough break for Michigan.
And a foul called inside. To get back in the playoff picture on the outside looking in. Meanwhile, Lucas Perry picks up foul number 2 in the 6th on Michigan.
Minnesota trying to go to their high-low set. Trying to get Sampson and Johnson working in tandem. Michigan doing a very good job of pressuring the basketball.
Sampson, no. Lee battered it around, but Hallfarber's got it, and he calls a timeout. On the positive side, 20 wins, back-to-back seasons, trying to get him into the big dance.
See, Minnesota looks really tentative offensively. Bo Joseph has been the only one that stepped up thus far.
Can't hit the 3, kept alive by Sampson. Lucas Perry has it for Michigan.
I'm not so sure that's the shot Tubby would have liked in that situation. You know, if it falls, they go up by 1, but if not, it's a low percentage shot.
Harris with a huge 3. It's a 5-point Michigan lead, largest of the game.
And those 4 fouls on Damian Johnson have really come into play here recently. He was very tentative that time defensively, laying back off Manny Harris and giving him that jumper.
We said Michigan wouldn't win unless Harris picked it up offensively. He's got 11 in the half. Hoffarber's 3, no. Novak with a big rebound. Michigan by 5 with the ball, approaching a minute and a half to play.
Damian Johnson is now guarding someone else, and Hoffarber's got his hands full right now. Manny Harris may go one-on-one and just clear everybody else out.
Harris finds Sims. Shot clock at 5. Sims not there with the shot. Sampson with a quick outlet to Joseph. Westbrook 1-on-3. Foul. And that's the 17th foul. And the best free throw shooter in the Big Ten. In Big Ten games only.
Back into this game.
Penn State may have wrapped up an at-large bid by beating Illinois the other night. Michigan might do the same by winning at Minnesota today. Same goes for the Gophers if they can come back and beat Michigan. Lee able to get it across to Harris. Under a minute to go. Harris finds Sims for the jam.
And that's not selling for getting the ball across half court. That's making Minnesota pay for their pressure. Good job by Michigan.
Westbrook will take it to the goal. Fouled again. Sims 70 points over the last 3 games for Michigan as Westbrook hits
a 5, and so really mostly perimeter players on the floor right now in this situation.
You foul right here from Minnesota and you don't get a steal?
You try to get a steal in the backcourt. If Minnesota or Michigan gets the ball across half court, then you look to foul.
Lucas Perry does get it across. Minnesota trying to go for the steal still and playing defense.
Now you don't foul. You just play out the shot clock.
There's only an 8-second difference between the game and shot clock, so a timeout called by Michigan here if they can't get a steal.
I think they're going to just play it out here. And if Al Nolan's on the ball, Michigan better take care of it.
You don't want to foul now, obviously. Shot clock is at 5. Ball in the hands of Manny Harris. Shot clock at 3. Harris, 4-3. Too strong. Rebound, Nolan. 5 seconds to go. Minnesota has a timeout. Instead, Westbrook going to put it up. He hit it, but a timeout. No basket. They called timeout. Seconds before the shot.
Donnie Gray, right before he goes into his motion, calls a timeout. To the top of the key.
Hoffarber's hit some clutch shots in his history. Instead, the ball in the hands of Westbrook. Westbrook lost the handle. He's got to fire it up. He does. No good. Michigan wins in Minneapolis.
Final score, Michigan 67, Minnesota 64.